Right, I'm going to say something which may make you feel uncomfortable. Sorry. But I bet if I read your website copy, your LinkedIn posts, your marketing emails, I couldn't tell the difference between that and something that some corporate dolt wrote 20 years ago, or even something that ChatGPT wrote. I'm including myself in this because I've been in this game for 25 years, and I look at some of my past websites and it's not pretty, simply because I I killed my own voice. I had a voice, I just wasn't expressing it. And you know, it's ironic. At a time when the human voice and authenticity are your biggest competitive advantages, most of us are still writing like robots, like we wrote 10 years ago. We've been so conditioned to what it is to sound professional or polished that we've accidentally erased everything that makes us human. I spent decades hiding behind other people's words until I had a bit of one of those moments when I was 62 that my messy, imperfect, vulnerable voice was the only thing that AI could not replicate. So I'm going to show you today how exactly to reclaim your authentic voice and why sounding broken actually might be one of the smartest business decisions you've ever made. Start with 3 ways which you could be accidentally sounding like AI. So first, you're using template language. You know what I mean. I'm passionate about helping. Solutions focused. Best practice. Levering synergies. This is what I call corporate porridge. It's technically correct. It's soup. It's completely forgettable. It's exactly what AI, and I'm not actually just blaming AI because this isn't new. This has been going on websites for years and years and years. But it's what is perceived to be professional. Secondly, you're polishing out all your personality. You're editing out all the tangents, the personal asides, the awkward transitions. But here's the thing, those imperfections are what people are looking for. They're what people relate to. We want to, humans, as I say humans, as people, we are messy. We're not perfect. You know, we create interesting things by being imperfect. Thirdly, you're avoiding your vulnerability because it doesn't sound professional. I'm so obsessed with sounding professional. That stops you from sharing your struggles, the doubts, the moments when you genuinely don't know what the hell you're doing. But vulnerability is your superpower. You can simulate confidence, expertise, even humor to some extent with AI. But vulnerability, forget it. It can't express that 3 o'clock in the morning panic, that moment of desperation that your client, your prospects will have, or you could have as well, but particularly your prospects that you can tap into. I spent years trying to sound impressive. You know, I've got loads of experience of. I've been a translator, travel agent, all kinds of things in the past. I wrote about stuff that was technically accurate, but my God, was it boring. It could have been written by just anybody. But the moment I started admitting that my life wasn't perfect and that didn't matter, that, I've been through depression, I've been through all kinds of things. But when I started talking about those things, other people started relating to me. Other people started saying, "I love hearing you. I love hearing your stories." It's what someone said to me a number of years ago. I didn't know I had any stories. So, how do you do it? Is the question I've no doubt you're asking. Well, embrace your verbal tics. You know those phrases, those conversational pieces that you tend to write out when you're writing. So put them back in. Let me tell you why. Right. So let's go with this. They're not mistakes. They're your signature voice. AI doesn't have those tics. Can't replicate them. It could try. You could try uploading your entire experience over the years. How long would that take you? No. You can even try, and I've done it, try uploading a voice brand guide. I still have to edit after I've done my voice brand guide. So that doesn't work. The second thing to do is to tell the story behind the story. Don't just share advice. Share how you learnt it. I've come through this. I've come to the position I'm in now because of a number of things that happened during COVID that made me realise that I had something worth saying. And I use that background all the time. So what mistakes did you make? What assumptions did you make that turned out to be wrong? Don't just tell people to be vulnerable in their marketing. Show them how you do it. I tell them about, I was in a networking meeting many years ago now. We go around the room and you do your little presentations. And I faked a toilet break because I didn't want to do mine. I was too shy, too embarrassed. Of course, the fatal flaw in that is when you come back, someone says to you, "Do you want to do your presentation now?" And I could hardly say no. I thought I had nothing interesting to say for the best part of 45 years. 45 years as an adult. So the lesson is going to be all that much stronger because it comes from you. It comes from your life experience, your personal experience. Thirdly, and this is a copywriting technique, write as though you're just talking to one person. It's the rule of one. Don't go around and say, "you guys," or just, don't talk in the plural. Because if I'm listening to you, I want to know you're talking to me, not to Joe Bloggs down the road. Joe Bloggs might be really nice, but I don't care. I want you to be talking to me. Share specific examples, not general principles as well. Reference your actual experience, not just theoretical possibilities. Don't talk in generalities about, people do this or people do that. I did this, I did that. That is far more relatable to the people who are going to be reading to you or listening to you. If you read your writing out loud before you send it out, and you should do that anyway, just for grammar checks and nothing else. And if it sounds like something that you'd actually say to someone over a cup of coffee or something, then you're probably on the right way. If it sounds like a corporate presentation, well, bin it and start again. The goal isn't to sound unprofessional, because it's to sound like a professional who's also unmistakably a real person. I like to compare it to an intelligent conversation between two friends down the pub. Someone who is competent, not robotic, experienced, not artificial. So just to kind of wrap up, in a world where everything's starting to sound the same, And that actually in itself sounds like something AI would have come up with. But you can see it in me. And that's just as a sidebar. There's lots of things that humans have said in the past that almost can't say anymore because AI has co-opted a lot of these things. But being human is genuinely your unfair advantage. If you want to come with me on this journey, I'd love for you to come with me on this journey because I'm really just getting started now. Just like, subscribe, do all the YouTube stuff. And in the description, you'll find a free download to help you get started writing your story. It's called How to Write About Yourself When You've Got No Idea Where to Start. And I will see you in the next video.